Hello everyone, and welcome to our weather update on June 16th, 2025. So starting off this morning with our satellite imagery, we can see that these fronts are being now pushed away towards our northwest, and clear skies are over us and to our south, and that is as the Azores High is sending a ridge into the country, and through today, tomorrow and Wednesday, these fronts will be pushed further away to the north, and that will leave all areas by Wednesday evening in the clear zone. This front will at times push eastwards to bring patchy light rain and a bit of cloud, but really amounts of rainfall will be minimal away from the far west and north. So here is the UKV high res. That pretty much matches perfectly with the imagery from satellite imagery this morning. So today, as we said already, there is some patchy light rain in the west and north, especially in the far north, but that will be very minimal, and mainly today it is a north-south split. In the north, quite cloudy, with a breeze from the southwest, but in the south, lighter winds especially, and quite sunny as well. But I think today all areas will see a moderate breeze at least. Into the evening, we see more high cloud pushing in from the west. That is ahead of this next system tonight. You can see here, it does bring some heavier rain for a time, brief time into the west and north. But as that rain band pushes eastwards and southwards, it does fizzle away into patchy light rain really into Tuesday morning. And it clears through on Tuesday morning from the east to leave an afternoon over the country of sunshine and patchy clouds and quite warm temperatures as well. Into Wednesday, we see some more rain into Ulster and North Connacht, but otherwise in the south anyway, it is sunny. So yeah, actually there are 3 zones on Wednesday. In south, like say in Munster and South Leinster, you got sunshine and warm temperatures. In North Leinster, Connacht, that sort of area, it's quite cloudy all day. And in Ulster and parts of North Connacht, it's a bit damp on Wednesday. Warm in the south. Into Thursday, that high pressure system, it goes over us into our east, and that allows a southerly airflow over the country, and therefore things will in all areas get drier, sunnier, and warmer. Into Friday, we keep that southerly flow, and actually some clouds just come along with it, along with a few showers due to some instability caused by some lows to the west. Here is the temperature forecast. So looking like this. So this morning, a bit chilly in parts, especially in the south and east, where west skies are clearest and winds are lightest. Into today, highs widely of about 17 to 21 degrees, warmest in the Midlands and east. Into tonight and into Tuesday, mild starts to the day with some cloud and rain, but into the afternoon, that rain clears away, and highs once again about 17 to 21 degrees, a bit cooler in the west and north. Into Wednesday morning, a bit chilly at times, but in the afternoon, again, sunshine in the south, so anywhere south of the Dublin to Galway line is likely to reach above 20 degrees on Wednesday, but anywhere north of that is in the high teens, and anywhere north of the Belfast to where's that sort of the area where Donegal town is, I think. You're in the mid-teens, unfortunately, up there with cloud and rain. Into Thursday morning, chilliest where skies are clearest, and into Thursday itself, highest temperatures, as we said already, like 20 to 25 degrees, warmest in the west, parts of the UK getting up to the high 20s there, and into Friday morning, a very warm start to the day, in some places, especially in the west there. Some parts of England not getting down below 19 degrees, really ridiculously warm. And then into Friday itself, gotta look at that. Highs of 22 to 26 degrees. Oh my gosh. Core of the warmth is in the west and north, due to the wind coming up from the south there, so the south and east are a bit more exposed. And in the UK, anywhere in like the West Midlands, down towards London, up through the East Midlands, up towards, like Hull, Newcastle area, you're up to like 30 to 32 degrees. So really hot there on Friday. Here's the GFS run. So GFS is like this. Once again, highs to the south, lows being pushed away to the north. And by Wednesday, Thursday time, that high is building in properly. And into the end of the week, that high pushes to the east, and we draw up the wind from the south. And that brings up some increasingly warm air, and also in parts of the UK, some hot air as well. Into the weekends, we see a breakdown of this weather, unfortunately. And we end up with showers pushing in from the west by next Sunday. But this, intrusion of this low is short-lived, because it's not long before the GFS brings us back to the Azores High, warm, dry, sunny weather, at least until the start of July, when it does break down a bit to a more westerly flow. Here's the ECM from last night. The ECM is like that. So we, again, the high to our south right now. So again, the north will stay with the westerly influence for a time until Wednesday and Thursday, when the high does move in and the wind goes into a more southerly flow. Very warm and dry here. So upper air temperatures are really warm. The plus 15 Celsius ice storm gets into us. Beyond that, it gets even warmer as the high pressure just sort of like sits to our east, and we maintain this wind flow from the southeast. As I've said already, the longer this high sits around, the hotter it will be. And if it maintains itself to our east and we just drift up that southeasterly for a while, then it'll get possibly quite hot, dare I say it. Temperatures will reach like the high 20s, possibly 30 Celsius in some parts of the country, because sunshine day after day, and that warm air mass in place that very warm air mass, should I say, that would lift the temperature up widely into the high 20s, especially in lands. Out of interest, we will just take a peek at the temperatures there. Yeah. See. Really, really warm, like 26 degrees quite widely there. Probably in reality, if that came off, a bit higher than that. Into beyond that, then we do break it down though. So we see a thundery on Tuesday, a thundery trough, and then we go westerly beyond that. Yeah. Here's the UK Met run. UK Mets, once again, takes a while for the north to see the influences of the high, but we do get there by Wednesday and Thursday. It's very warm on Friday, Saturday. What happens here? We go into a breakdown, I think, as this shallow trough goes through, and we go into a more westerly flow. So you can see a few showers around, and temperatures are lowering a bit. But that is still quite warm there by next Monday, and it wouldn't take much for this area of high pressure to sort of ridge in behind that trough. And here's the GEM. GEM, once again, we are looking westerly for a time, but going properly settles by Thursday. Warm by Friday, very warm. And look at this, the GEM does something ridiculous. So we just maintain this high over us through the weekends, and by next Monday, we are very, very warm, hot even. We bring up the plus 20 Celsius ice storm into the south coast. That is a ridiculous level of heat in June. And if this came off, as I said, like, here's the temperature forecast for next Monday. Yeah, it's showing 30, 31 in parts of the west. Really hot weather. So we have 2 runs so far going for that level of heat, going for that sort of pattern that would deliver possibly 30 Celsius in Ireland. brief breakdown there, bit of a thundery low, but it's coming back around June 26th. We've got the high coming in then, and that low to our west, but that is a deep low, and it does run the risk of barreling in over us. So here's the icon. Once again, up comes that high through Wednesday and Thursday. Beyond that, it goes very warm, very dry, and by next Saturday, Sunday, we do just ease into a breakdown though. So by next Monday, we're more westerly, but we're still quite warm. And finally, we have the arpege run. So the arpege, once again, we have the high to the south right now, and that will just edge northwards, as you can see right now, pushing those lows away to the north. And by Friday, we got the high over the North Sea, and the wind in from the southeast. Upper temperatures are getting very warm. Let's look at the GFS ensemble members. Here's the GFS ensemble members for today. Midnight run. Is that fully? It's not fully out, is it? Last night's 18 says. Okay, there we go. Get rid of that. Okay, so I don't like these ads. What I can do to get rid of them, but whatever. There we go. So here we go. Here's the GFS graph for Dublin from last night's 18Z run for the upper air temperatures. So we're currently quite cool. We're cooler compared to how it will be. It's actually quite warm. Sorry. I'm just looking at how these are lower compared to these ones up there. So it's actually quite warm now, but it get even warmer at the end of the week. And then the temperatures remain above average. The trend is for temperatures in the last week of June to remain above average, but there's a lot of scatter there. So some are going like really cool, while some are going really quite hot. That one there is ridiculous. Yeah, so good trend if you want warm weather. Here's the precip graph. So once again, we are currently dry. A few showers tomorrow, bit of light rain. Rest of the week is dry, but a few showers might occur towards the weekend, some thundery, and into the following week. Any spikes here, I think, are from the models that are breaking it down and going more westerly. There aren't that many of them, to be honest. Only a few, it's showery, but not all models are doing that. I must say that. So quite decent if you want a good spell of some weather, because if you compare that to the 12 says and the 6 says from yesterday, it is trending better. Like there was a lot more rainfall on yesterday morning's 6Z run compared to last night's 18Z run. So yeah, definitely looking quite good. Everyone, thanks for watching. Let's not get rid of it. I'll see you around, and bye for now.